We get to have multiple harvests in a year versus an outdoor, you usually get only 1 or 2. Once they get that big, we chop them down and start them all over again so they get fresh moms all the time. If you want to, give it a little scrub right there on the leaf there.
Okay.
Yeah, just rub it like that and just
The crystal.
Yeah. You get to smell the plant there.
他说连音乐都是播给这个植物听的，听音乐才可以长出漂亮的大麻。他说其实一般就是室外种的话，都是要1年才会收成。他们做室内就是因为2个月就可以收成。
When they activated this market, they were giving plants away, dude. Like, start growing weed everywhere. So that's what I mean. It's like a true legal market here. Spray. Let me get your mic there.
专业的都要这个消毒。
Alright, come on in.
好，我们现在就是进来这个入口了。Alright, so everyone, this is Minh. So Minh is gonna take us through the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it.
We're a fully enclosed indoor facility. We don't use any pesticides here. No outside air is coming into our facility except for the AC. But we have multiple filtration systems there to clean that air. So it's a true sealed environment. We also have our AC. We have dehumidifiers. We have CO2. So all our rooms has everything that the plants.
What's the difference between like growing indoor and outdoor?
The outdoor, you're using Mother Nature. There's no supplemental lighting, but a lot of people are using sealed environment greenhouses as well. They do the closed canopy where you can pull it back and forth to use the natural sunlight as well.
Okay.
That's the biggest difference is the sunlight, right? Versus indoor, we get to control the environment. We get to have multiple harvests in a year versus an outdoor, you usually get only 1 or 2. So those are the big differences there.
But we're in Thailand right now, right?
Yes.
So like is outdoor growing is a thing in
It
Thailand?
is, yeah. A lot of the locals have a lot of outdoor grows here.
Okay.
That's what they started out at. Back in the later 80s and 90s, weed really progressed really fast in the United States. We started progression out there and it just progressed really fast. Comparable to Thailand, the weed culture has been here longer than we have in the US, but they opted to do outdoor growing because of the natural sunlight.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just like indoor, it's easy for you guys to control the thing.
Absolutely. I was taught on indoor. That's what I was raised on, so that's what I chose to do down here. There's always going to be an argument about what's better, indoor, outdoor. For the longest time, that will never end, but we chose the indoor route. We got 3 flowering rooms. We have 1 mom room, and we also got a cure room. So all the water that comes in, filter it through our RO system so the plants get nice clean water because that water out here is very contaminated. It has high metal content. So this is where we set all our moms, we keep all our genetics, we make all our babies, we clone. We also veg over there in the double racks. The genetics that we like, we keep them as moms. Once they get that big, we chop them down and start them all over again so they get fresh moms all the time.
This is like the starting stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So from the moms, we put them and root them in the rooter over here. This takes about 14 days for it to root. And then from there, after it roots, we transplant them into the little 3 inches right there and let the roots fill out even more for a couple of weeks. And then we move them to the vegging area. So this is the vegging area right here. They'll sit over here until they get moved into the flowering area. This, the reason why we transplant them in different stage pots is because you want the root systems to build out and fill out. Because if you stick the small ones into the big pots, it's like someone jumping into a big house. There's so much room, the roots kind of just doesn't fill out as much. They'll just look for all the extra space. If we keep them isolated in that, they'll fill out the small pots and popping in, they'll fill out the bigger pots.
Where did you guys get like the seeds?
We have our own personal seeds, but when we first got down here, we opened our doors April 20th, so we just literally started. I have a couple of friends down here that hooked us up with genetics in the beginning to get us rolling, but we're starting to slowly inject the genetics that we have. So right now we have about 14 to 15 that we're running, that we're rotating in and out, and every once in a while I'll pull out one and inject it in.
How long have you been doing this, bro?
Oh man, it's just around 25 years.
25 years in the weed business?
Yeah, man, it's been a long time, you know.
Damn,
As we all started, we started out in the old world, the dark market, then we transitioned into the medical. I held off on the medical when it opened up in the States.
Like you literally went from like illegal in the States to legal in the States, then illegal in Thailand till legal in Thailand. That's crazy, bro.
Just trying to spread the herb around the world. I'm glad a bunch of the countries are starting to think about legalization. So it's great that Thailand was the first one to do it out here.
So what were you thinking when you first saw that Thailand is legalizing?
I was licking my chops. I was like, Thailand, Asia, Asia.
You can't wait to come here.
Absolutely, because Asia has always been a big no on weed out here.
Because you're also Asian, right?
Yes. I was actually born in Asia, and then I moved out to the States when I was 6 years old. But as I gotten older now, I'm finding my way back
it's
home.
More
here.
chill here.
This is home, man. Back in Asia is home to me.
All right, let's
you guys want to mosey to the flowering room here? So from the flowering room, we just loaded these 2 rooms right here about a week ago. We're about to snap them onto flowering cycle here. So we got Jang right here de-leafing.
This is to control the leaf?
Yeah, so what Jang is doing right now, he's just kind of adding more space for light to penetrate.
Okay.
So as we go along, because if you wait too long, the plants will just get up to be a bush and it'll be a lot of work. So right now he's just prepping, so there won't be that much in the later on stages.
So this is kind of like you're making sure all the leaves are getting like the same exposure.
Yeah, because when it starts flowering, the buds will start showing down here. If there's a bunch of leaves, the light, it's hard to get through. So he's starting to de-leaf it a little bit, and we do it throughout the stage, not just one time. So
okay,
yeah.
Is the music for the weed too, bro?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Everything's connected, you know. So the more that the plants can feel the positive vibrations, in my opinion, the better it is. The better the vibe, the plants will love it.
他说连音乐都是播给这个植物听的，听音乐才可以长出漂亮的大麻。
We're about 3 weeks away from harvesting this room. You can see the plants are a lot bigger here. They start flowering out. They're starting to get triched out. The trichomes are starting to develop pretty hard on these. During the last 2 weeks, they'll fill out even more and get even more triked out. If you want to, give it a little scrub right there on the leaf there.
Okay.
Yeah, just rub it like that and just
the crystal.
Yeah. You get to smell the plant there. We try to separate. Each table gets a strain, so it's nice and even.
So how long it takes from scratch?
Usually
from
around
seeding to
harvest? The flowering stage is around 58 days to 62 days.
60 days, so 2 months.
Yeah. It takes about 3 months from the cloning to the.
If it's like growing outdoor, is it longer?
It's a 1 year thing.
It's a 1 year if it's outdoor, but indoor is 2 months?
Yeah. If you're doing a true outdoor, if you're using only the sun, it's only 1 season.
So indoor is the way then?
Yeah. You can do outdoor with greenhouses, what a lot of people are doing. You can get more harvest that way, but a true outdoor, you only get one crop.
So you would say like pretty much all your life you've been growing in the States. What do you think is the difference between like growing there and growing here in Thailand?
The big thing is, I've been telling the guys, it's the same game. We grow weed and we sell it. If you want to simplify it, that's how I look at it. The only difference out here is we're in a new country, new culture, new people. The weed's the same, the process is the same that we do. That's what's great about indoors. I can bring the setup anywhere in the world. I don't need to rely on the sun. I can bring it to Alaska. I can bring it to anywhere in the world.
Wherever in the world.
Yeah. That's what's great about indoor.
See, that's how like professional things, bro. Doesn't matter the environment.
Absolutely.
You grow it.
Yeah. So we're really excited for this room, man. It's going to yield out really nice. The weed is on its way.
他说，其实一般就是室外种的话，都是要1年才会收成。他们做室内，就是因为2个月就可以收成，所以这对他们来说方便很多。他们不会因为环境而去影响他们的收成，就是他们说。只要有这些设备，好不好？在世界上任何一个地方，他们都可以种出这些东西。好，我们再往下一个点前进。
After we grow it and harvest time, we put it in here to have it dry and cure. They sit in here about 14 to 15 days. Then after we trim it, we seal it up in our food saver bags. We keep them nice and fresh.
Hell yeah!
So we can store these for over a year or 2 as long as it's in the dark.
100 grams?
That's 500 grams. Yeah. We get an order in. They get packaged up in here where it stays fresh. Because the important thing with me is I want the customers to have the same experience as we do when we harvest our stuff. Because a lot of the stores out there, because the humidity is too high, it ruins the weed when the jar is constantly open and this and that. But out here, we try to keep it as fresh as we can until we get an order, we get it delivered, we even food savers seal that delivery for them. So when they get it, it's super fresh though. They put it in the refrigerator, and then when someone buys it, they take it out. So when the customers buy it, they get that freshness because I try not to damage the weed at all. So when the growers are growing it, that's the last person that touched the plant. When it's growing inside the rooms, no one's touching it still, right? The next person that touches the guy who harvests it. Now after that, the harvest guy, he hangs it up. It's only been touched twice. Now
so the more people touch it, like
it ruins it. The more it gets transferred, the trichomes fall off. So after it sits in here, that's the second person. He's the third person that touches it. And then the fourth person is the packager. And then by the time it gets to the stores, the fifth person is the customer.
Oh.
So it only got touched only 4 times.
5 people.
Exactly.
You make sure only 5 people.
Exactly. So that way the bud doesn't get damaged and it doesn't get tossed around so much, man.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So I was asking you about like how strict it is if you wanna import like weed or seeds overseas.
It's pretty strict out here, man. Yeah, that's something that I don't recommend to anyone because that's breaking the law. You know.
But you were saying that it's like you can carry however like kilo you want
in Thailand.
In Thailand.
In Thailand, yeah. You just can't let it leave Thailand.
So is it like the government is encouraging people to grow?
They were, when they activated this market, they were giving plants away, dude. Like, start growing weed everywhere. So that's what I mean. It's like a true legal market here.
Why do you think that is, though? Like, why do you think the government is doing this?
From what I heard, you know, is the government wanted it. It was their idea. And then I'm not exactly how the rules and laws here work with the prime minister, but I think the prime minister gets a say in it as well. And I think with the current prime minister that we have, he's kind of against it. There's words going around this whole year that they're going to change the classification of it and make it back to criminal. But then they just announced it like a few weeks ago that they're not going to change it. They're going to try to regulate it under the medical guideline. That means that it's still going to be open. There's just going to be some new policies and procedures that are going to get.
So I'm from Taiwan, right? Like travel to Thailand is a big thing in Taiwan for Taiwanese people, you know. But like still, there's still a lot of people who hasn't come here to smoke, you know, the good shit here. As you say, like the government keeps switching up the policy.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Is it about the money?
It seems like, you know, it boils down about the money, man. Right now, the Pandora's box has been opened in Thailand. When they announced that they might change it up, to me personally, I wasn't too worried about it because, like I said, the Pandora's box is open. There's hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars invested out here, and there's hundreds of millions of dollars generated from the tourists.
For real,
and all
though.
the people coming over and and buying and creating a business. It would be dumb for them to just close.
Just cut it out.
Yeah. If they cut it out, the black market's going to flourish.
For real, for real.
And I don't think they want
That's
that.
billions of dollars.
Exactly.
For real.
Exactly.
All right. This is good.
Okay.